Is that a good picture angle or is that a good filming
What's
angle?
up? Wait,
And we're not looking for like a good security camera angle.
it's one of the security cameras up there. I wonder if I could pull that footage and bring it in as well.
That would be funny.
Pull the.
That's not a bad angle,
That's not
actually.
a bad angle.
That's not a bad angle. Yeah, that's a good angle.
That's a pretty chill angle,
That's
dude.
a good angle, man.
I'm digging the angle.
Yeah.
It's an angle.
What angle are you taking here?
What's your angle?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hey, buddy.
You're being rather obtuse, and I don't find it very acute.
You're right. Pretty good. Pretty good.
So what's up, everybody? We're back with
Are we even recording right here?
Are we recording over here? Is it recording? So we're back. Welcome. It's a rainy season day.
It's a rainy day.
Yeah, so we're in
We're
here
indoors.
for an episode of All Who Wander.
We're indoors and we are in.
Indoors, indoors, indoors.
We're in there. We're in my abode, my humble abode,
Mhm.
my home.
Yeah, it's nice.
And
It's nice.
today, we're wandering.
Yeah.
We're wandering today.
Today we're actually talking about your wandering. Actually,
Buddy, how I've wandered.
yeah.
Pal, how I've wandered.
Yes, I mean, we want to know a bit about it though, Xavier, because like we did discuss during our last All Who Wander. I don't you guys check it out last season, um, but our last All Who Wander episode, I kind of told my story a little bit, um, and I know you mentioned to me a couple times too that I definitely didn't put you and Garen in there enough for sure, because for as much of an influence as you guys have been. So I figured it's only fitting and best that the next installation of the story be told from your perspective, my friend. So why don't you just start us off? Where are you from?
In the beginning, there was space and time, interwoven together like a fabric.
Mhm.
And then, the Big Bang. Chapter 1, the Big Bang, just goes up on there. Yeah, we're all from Las Vegas, so. Yeah, we're all from Vegas. Together.
Listen, we've got to find somebody who can do like animations, who
I
can like
know.
go into
Like,
like in the
in
beginning
the
and then
beginning,
like start off and then
like the Neil deGrasse
and then
Tyson.
it's like, okay, yeah, no, we're from
Like
Vegas.
the Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah, that'd be so lit, dude. Let's do the Cosmos playing in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're from Vegas. Um, yeah, from Las Vegas, Nevada.
yeah. Tell us what was it like growing up in Vegas? What do you what what were some of your experiences that like really shaped you?
Yeah, growing up, we moved around a lot, so we moved once every year, and I counted it. So every year we were at a different school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really easy to make a lot of friends.
Mm.
Um, and I remember at Millennial, we used to fight a lot.
Yeah.
We used to fight a lot before that. We fought pretty much everywhere we went to. All of us would pretty much be against all the other kids that were there. Not all of them, I guess. We had like little groups around us.
Yeah.
We had but it was just always people that we were always fighting with. And so, yeah, we just pretty much fought every single day. Or we'd meet up after school, and then the other group of kids would meet up at the same place. And we just fight our way home.
Yeah.
Um,
Or we'd go play football with them and then end up fighting with them at
Fighting
the
with them at football, yeah.
end.
But yeah, after that, mom and dad split up again, and mom moved back to Vegas. At that time, we were living in Phoenix. Yeah, so yeah, we lived in Phoenix at that time. So moved back with mom, and you and Garen stayed with dad. Uh,
How was that? Because I know that was like one of the few times that that's like been one of the few times in your life that I wasn't actually there for or like present for. What?
it's interesting. Um, we got some apartment, and I remember I learned how to roller skate, but I was in like second grade. So other than that, I just remember that I missed you and Garen a lot,
Yeah.
and Tyler wasn't really like always like there because he was always doing his own stuff. So I was kind of alone a lot. Um, Also, like I said, we didn't really have a whole lot of friends. So growing up, I really only had you and Garen
Mhm.
and Tyler. And when we were kids, I remember Tyler was always there. So yeah, we only had each other. We didn't really have a lot of stuff or anything. So we just played with each other and made up games and hung out with each other, or like the big grassy field, and we made our tree house like the kid code name Kid Next Door.
Mhm.
Yeah. So so that growing up, I just kind of that's why we're all always so close. That's because that's really all we had growing up with each other. And on growing up like in school, like I was a weird kid and people didn't really like me that much. And was, like I was like the kid that people were like, ew, I touched him and touched somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
I think we all had that same kind of similar experience.
except Garen. Garen was always very popular.
Tyler too, or Cleo.
Cleo now, yeah. But at this time frame, Tyler was also very popular.
Yeah.
So you and I had a very similar experience.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't liked very much. People just didn't like me. And the more they didn't like me, the more I tried to be their friends. So,
Yeah. I feel that. I definitely felt that, brother.
um, but yeah, after that, um, mom and dad got back together, I guess, when I was like in fourth grade,
Oh yeah, for a little while, huh?
like a year.
Yeah.
And we moved to a different school,
Yeah.
and then we moved to that school over there by the big desert,
Yeah.
and we were by Bonanza. And then
Was
yeah,
that okay, Adcock?
no, no, that was God, what was that school called?
Was that Faye Galloway?
No, we didn't go to Fig Alloway.
No.
No, why is he the only one that I can hear really clear? You can't hear me? I can hear me. Go ahead and turn my gain up a little bit then. Just a bit. Just a bit. Two. Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Okay, that's fine. No, that was some other school. Um, but yeah, then we went there.
Still can't believe they named a school OK Adcock.
Yeah, that was fifth grade. Then we moved over there to fifth grade,
Yeah.
and
Oh, that was over by Garside. That's right.
then we went over to
Yeah.
then we went over to that house, the yellow house,
The Yellow House.
and then at that school,
That was wild. Yeah, that was fun.
that was a crazy time. Me, Garen, remember Milton,
Milton.
Whitney's little brother?
Yes,
We used to get in so much shit with him, dude.
dude.
We used to like, so we used to have competition to see who could steal more stuff from the store. We used to walk out with so much stuff. Like the last day of school, so we used to skip the bus all the time,
Yeah.
and then we just walk to school by ourselves. This is like fifth grade,
Yeah.
and nobody knew about it. We just did it. Or like, it's like the last day of school, we would like, we used to like race the bus. We'd run to the stop, like two stops before our bus stop, try to race the bus to our stop, which is like, I don't know, like a couple neighborhoods down. So we're talking street lights. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty far. And we used to just run and try to race the bus. Uh,
I remember doing that with the city bus. I used to do that.
yeah,
Yeah, I used
race
to
it.
with the Boulder Highway bus, especially on Fremont.
Yeah, after fifth grade, that's when we moved. That's when mom and dad split again,
Hmm.
and then we moved
You and me moved in
with
with
dad,
Dad and Levon.
and then Garen and mom and
Yeah.
Tyler moved to the apartments. So we went to live with Levon. That's when you and I got a lot closer.
Yeah.
That's when he kind of showed me how to take the bus and how to like walk, and he walked me up to my school. I remember I begged you to walk me up to my school because you went there before, and so
Yeah.
you walked me up to Mannion, and he kind of showed me around. It's like during the summertime. Also, same time when you taught me how to talk to girls. at the rec center.
It's actually, oddly enough, the same summer that I met my wife.
Sincerely,
Yeah,
at the pool,
at the pool.
the rec center. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's where you taught me how to talk to girls is at the rec center pool. Um, Good times, dude. That's honestly where I started to learn how to like walk around because I had to walk to school every day. And I mean, it wasn't that far. It was only like like a mile or two, like maybe 2 miles.
I think somewhere around there.
I'd say maybe 2 miles. Um, that's funny. That's when I guess I would say that's when everything kind of started because that's when growing up and all this stuff, we had been somewhat left to our own devices. You know what I'm saying? Like our parents were very preoccupied, and so
Yeah,
most of the time, you and Tyler raised me and Garen, and we didn't really have a whole lot of like parental like hands-on. So, um, that is when I was like alone when I was in Mannion because I would walk to school in the morning. I would go to school. I'd come home from school myself, and no one would be there. That was like the first time I was like kind of alone, like kind of on my
hmm
own to do things, which was really good for me. But after that, man, like then we hopped around those townhouses for a while, and they kept me in Manning, which is awesome because that was the first time I ever went to a school for 3 consecutive years.
yeah.
But in that time, like by eighth grade, dude, mom would just like
Oh, I didn't even realize you did go to the same middle school
3 years.
here for all 3 years,
Mhm.
huh? That's awesome.
The first time, yeah.
That's good.
By eighth grade, bro, mom, listen, me and Galen lived back at mom now.
Yeah.
Mom would just drop us off in the morning and then just tell us to find our way home. She wouldn't tell us anything. We would just kind of pop up at home, and there was no bus that took us home.
Yeah, so she knew you were just you figured it
We were
out.
finding a way
Yeah.
every day. Um, yeah, bro. Like so, but and we lived. This one lived on top in Boulder. So I actually was telling my wife about this. I did like the trip on Google Maps,
hmm
and it's 15 miles. Okay,
hmm
so me and Garen used to either walk it or we'd bum money for the bus,
hmm
just like
Panhandle. Yeah.
just from random people at like stores.
Yeah.
And looking back at the time, it felt so like normal.
Yeah.
But I was in eighth grade,
Yeah.
and Garen is in seventh grade.
Oh, panhandling.
And we would walk. So it was 5 miles to get down to Boulder Highway. So we'd walk 5 miles every day to get down there. And then we'd have to either panhandle
Or walk the rest of the way.
or walk the rest of the way,
Yeah.
which is another 5 miles up back to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
five to
10.
10. Yeah, 10
Yeah.
miles back to the house. Um, so yeah, dude, that was, and walking down the streets of Boulder Highway, you see some shit, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen homeless people, talking to themselves, peeing, pooping, having sex on the road, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Doing drugs, all kinds of stuff.
Smoking meth, just doing whatever. And I don't know. I mean, me and Garen were smoking weed anyway, so
Yeah.
it was fine. We were high, so we didn't really give a shit.
Yeah. And that's
Honestly,
the other thing I think a lot of people like when people when you say, "Oh yeah, I grew up in Vegas," and people are like, "Oh, dude, that's so awesome. That's so cool."
you get exposed to a lot.
So
You
much.
get exposed to so much growing up in Las Vegas, bro. That's why like I try to avoid my kids going there as much as I can. And
hmm
when we do, I try to get them in areas that don't like the areas I took Hannah to one of the areas that I used to walk
hmm
around that time. And she was like, "This is like the most like scummy, dirty area. This is like a really bad area." I was like, "Yeah, but it feels like home, dude." Like
hmm
I was like 13, just hanging out in these areas like 2 in the morning sometimes, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what if the cops came? You run.
Like Twain in Paradise.
Yeah, man, you just run, dude.
Mm.
But yeah, good times. Yeah, after that, me and Garen went to high school. We went to like three different high schools. Uh, and then I dropped out.
Why'd you go to three different high schools?
I went to basic
hmm
for the first year. And the second year, we went to basic again, but then mom and her boyfriend broke up. So
Oh
then,
yeah, Mom and Marcus.
and then they moved. So mom moved up to North Las Vegas, and me and Garen
hmm
still lived there. She'd already kicked you and Tyler out by that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, it was just me and Garen and mom. We went and lived with her, and we were going to Cheyenne, and we went. We were. I mean, things were cool for a while. Me and Garen were just kind of rebelling at this point.
hmm
We were bad kids, and leading up to all this, mom hadn't been a great mom. And at this point, she wanted to really start trying, but
At that point, we were over it.
we were over it.
Yeah.
At that point, we didn't really need parents anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we had been living on the streets relatively
More or less for less.
more, for more or less
Yeah.
for years at this point. And so all a parent did was kind of take us away from things that could make us money or things we wanted to do, or
Yeah.
at this point you're just now just a noise.
Yeah.
So we rebelled a lot. And then we got kicked out for smoking weed, which was fucked up because she knew we were smoking weed.
Yeah.
We had a lot. She told us we could smoke weed, just don't smoke it in the house. And then Trey found some weed in the house and was like, "What?" And mom was like, "What? You guys smoke weed?" And we were like, "Dude." She kicked us out on the spot and told us to get out. It was like 9 or 10 at night. And so we rode the bus like the 3 hours to granddad's house and stayed there. And then we lived with a friend for a while. But at that point, that's when I was kind of over it, and I moved out at that point. So I moved out and I came live with you.
Oh yeah.
Came
Yeah.
lived with you and Elaine. You guys had just had Bella. We stayed in the trailer.
In the trailer on
Uh,
Magic Way.
yeah, and everything was cool for a while, and then you lost your job. So I had to go and figure out what I was gonna do, and then you guys went to figure out what you guys were gonna do.
Mhm.
I stayed with Uncle Marty. Uncle Marty helped me out so much, bro. To this day, I'll always say, because at that time, I remember I had just gotten into Mormonism,
Mhm.
and I had converted to Mormon. And so I was kind of on an upward path, but I just didn't have anything to like back me up on it. And Uncle Marty took me in, and then they started to help me go to school. But what ended up happening was, like we had a really cool dynamic where, like, like I did my things. Like I had early bird classes and late bird classes, basketball practice, and I had like straight A's. So it was the first time in my entire school life, and it was my senior year. And so I was like doing really good. But they started trying to parent me, and everything was great up until that point. Like everything was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we'd hang out. Sometimes we'd like have a couple beers together. And I was like 17, but they kind of knew out where I was at. They knew who I was, and
Yeah.
I mean
Uncle
everything
Marty was very similar when he was
very,
growing up.
very similar.
Yeah.
And so like I mean we'd smoke weed together, whatever. But like out of nowhere they started like, hey, we don't want you to smoke weed anymore. Like you can't drink, you're too young, blah blah. I don't know if the pressure got to them of having to like prove that they didn't make a mistake by bringing me in. But like yeah, like it was like at that point it was like too much. So I was
I
like,
dig that.
all right, well, I told him, I was like, I'm gonna go to Job Corps because I can finish high school earlier and I can finish and then I can go and, like, they're gonna help me get a job right after this
Mm.
because I'm not going to college. So there's no point. I'm trying to finish high school right now, but I can just get my GED through them and they'll pay me and
Yeah.
they'll let me live there and all that shit too. So they didn't like that, but I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So I went to Job Corps and Job Corps changed my life, dude.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember actually because that was right around the time that I was kind of wandering around and lost. And then I remember when you came back from Job Corps
I'll
and
get there.
yeah.
I'll get there, buddy. Yeah, so Job Corps. And after Job Corps, I studied security there, and Garen had told me like when I got back, 'cause I was gone for like a year, and he was like, when you get back, I'm gonna get you a job at Town Square with me,
Mhm.
and if I talk to them, they're gonna hire you for security.
Yeah.
And it's like gonna be like it's a really well paying job.
Mhm.
I was like, awesome. So mom told me, she said when I got back, I could live with her rent free, and that she'd buy me a car. And I was like, oh, that's lit. So I was like, oh, I'm coming home, and I got back. When I got back, Garen was like super depressed. I remember like coming and staying with him for a couple of days, like to say what's up to him because I missed him. Me, and you know how close me and Garen are, like
Mhm.
otherworldly close, bro. Like Garen's like my other half. Um, so I was like, and I was kind of talking to him like, dude, what's up? Like you look so down these days. And he just said that Taylor was driving him crazy, and he's telling me like he's like honestly, bro, I've been wanting to leave her for months, but I have no one else. I was like, where's Jay? And she's like, and he was like, we can't find him. I was like, okay, that's crazy. I was like, what about like mom, anybody? And she's like, yeah, Josh was in jail,
Yeah.
and
I
then
remember Josh getting
they
arrested.
they were staying with his girlfriend at the time, um, Ebony.
Oh yeah.
They were staying with her, and then I was there for like 3 days, and Garen was like, dude, why'd you leave me? Like you left me here, bro. Like why did you leave me, dude? Like you left right in the middle of everything that was going on with you and dad and everything. And he was like, you left me, dude. Like and they left me here to deal with it myself. I was like, I'm sorry, man. I had to take care of myself, you know? I had to go and rise up.
Yeah.
So we were cool for like 3 days and he was like, dude, you having you back? Like, I'm breaking up with Taylor today. Like, I'm done with her. I'm breaking up there. And I was like, bet. Like, yeah, bro, you don't have to stay in that. Like I'm here now. I'm back. And he's like, and I was telling him, like, yeah, I'm gonna stay with mom. She's gonna buy me a car. We're about to be out this, like, we're in this bitch. Like, you're good, bro. Like, break up with her. And then she told him that day she was pregnant, and he was like, so yeah, dude, that was crazy. The timing was wild. So then I was kind of got back and forth, hanging out with them, hanging out with mom. This whole time, it was like 2 weeks. I was kind of wondering where you were at. And I was like, kind of asking, like, hey, where's Jay? Like, where's Jay at? And I think I might have understated just how close we got during the summer before sixth grade, because every single day we walked down to the rec center, um, and we argued for that 30, like 15, 20 minute walk. And then, and you would guide me and tell me shit about life. And up until that point, I had never really had big brothers. And up until that point, you had always kind of just been a crazy dude who was always fighting with Tyler.
Yeah.
And I never really knew what you were going to do next. And you were always just kind of Juleinn. Like, Julian's fucking a wild card. Like, that dude is, I don't think I'd ever really, really talked to you up until that summer. And so getting to know you that summer was really, really cool. And then he took me to work with you at Granddad's house and do a bunch of work. We used to work together in Granddad's backyard and sing, and we do a bunch, and we'd make money together. And then, like, you got me dressed out of your wardrobe for my first date at the movie theater, and you lied to Dad and told him that you were taking me, and then you left me there with the chick, and that was dope. We just got really, really close that summer. And then I remember, to backtrack even a little further up, but still back from where we at the story. Back before you got kicked out of Mom's house, me and Garen, when we lived with Dion, we used to like bully you,
Yeah.
and we'd like make fun of you and just like like literally just pick on you, bro.
Yeah.
And when you got kicked out because you were going through a hard time, and I was just too young to really even care, notice, or care. I had my own shit. I was going on. When you got kicked out and you got your first job, you would take me and Garen out to eat at buffets, or like you would take us shopping with you. You take us to get groceries and shit. Yeah, like pay for us like going bowling, whatever. And so it's always just been a lot to me. And you said that if you got it, we got it. And so we just always kind of stuck with that. Um, and we didn't really talk a lot, but you just pop up at the house once in a while and ask if we want to go do something cool. And you knew that we didn't have any food at the house, and we didn't have any money, and you know that we were kind of being treated bad, so it just meant a lot. So when I was back, I was looking for you, and I found out that you were like living on the street and like kind of like talking to yourself,
Yeah.
and like
I was staying at Uncle Kevin's at the time.
so you had like lost your mind, bro. Um, and I was like, I yelled at mom and yelled at Garen. And I brought them into a room and I was talking to them. I was like, hey, what the fuck? Like, you left this nigga out here like this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, why is this nigga living like this? And Garen's like, well, I haven't really been able to talk to him. I've been trying to reach him, but like, I don't know where he's at. And mom was just kind of like, he's doing his own shit. Like, I can't really help him. So dad asked me to go and watch Kevin's house, to like house sit, something like that.
Mm.
And I was like, all right. And so he's like, yeah, he'll be gone for 3 days. I was like, all right, bet. And then I asked you to come and watch it with me. And we sat there for 3 days. And I went and bought us some food. And I think we went out a couple times. We went to Granddad's once.
Yeah.
We went out like once or twice, but otherwise I just locked the door and just kind of let you go crazy, nigga. And let you lose your fucking mind. And I try to talk to you and be like, dude, what the fuck is like what happened, bro? Like where's your head at? Like where are you? Like where the fuck are you at, dude? And you were just like talking to yourself and like it's going crazy. Like you just like fucking like hitting your head, like just doing crazy shit. And and I was sitting on my head in my hands and I was like crying. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like what happened, my older brother? And he put your hand on my shoulder and he said, hey, I'm good, bro, thanks. I was like, and I was like, Julian, you're like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, you good? Not all the way, but I appreciate you saying to me. I think I'm good. Like, okay, all right, bro. You're like, I appreciate you staying with me. But yeah, I think I'm good now. I think I got it out. I was like, okay. And then so I told mom, I was like, hey, I'm not gonna live with you. Like, me and Julian are gonna get a place. Like, me and Jay are gonna go to a place together. and we got that fucking weekly,
We got the weekly,
the
yep,
weekly
the
looking.
Royals.
We moved around a lot over there, and
I was there. I remember we were at the Royals. We had a couple different spots at the
yeah,
Royals.
couple of spots over there.
And then what was it? Who was the dude that came?
Dakota,
Dakota.
my boy from Job Corps.
Yeah, Dakota. Have you talked to him
Yeah,
recently?
yeah, he's clean. He has a kid.
I know he was clean because even when before I even left from Job Corps, he had hit me up and I went and kicked it with him and was
Really?
talking. Yeah, I know we didn't really get
You didn't
along
like
too.
Dakota.
I know we didn't get along too great, but before I left Reno, he actually had hit me up. We were kicking it, and because he's a good guy.
He's a
He was a
great
good
guy.
guy.
I liked him.
The
He was
problem
on
was
meth.
his drugs, bro.
He
Yeah,
was on meth. That was the problem.
yeah,
I loved the guy.
yeah,
That's why I invited him to come stay with us because he just needed a place to stay and he just needed a little leg up, which I
yeah.
was cool with, you know. But yeah, he was on meth. So great dude though. But yeah, yeah.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Right. Those were the good days, dude. When we just kind of I went to work and then we kicked it and we smoked weed and then we'd fucking video game or whatever.
And then I got the job driving driving for the dude
Yeah, he's driving for
for the dude
the dude
dude.
the dude. That dude had a lot of weed though.
Yeah, he did.
I'd
Yeah,
never
he did.
seen a pound of weed until I was at that guy's apartment, and he had like a couple pound,
Yeah.
like trash bags full of weed, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I
I had to go and do. I used to go do like when I had to go to the storage unit.
Mhm.
Sometimes just cases and trunks full. I'm just
It's crazy, bro.
like all right, and I'm just driving this around to go and have somebody go and look at it and and see it, tell me if they want it or not. Like all right, that's crazy.
But yeah, I always kind of look back at that decision to like stick with you and not take, the free living and the car and all that shit. I had a really good job.
Yeah,
I was looking back at that as just like a really good choice I made. And the one that killed me was when I made the choice to kick you out.
yeah. When you had to go, when you were getting ready to go to the army.
No, when I went to the apartment,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant.
yeah. Mom came back to me and was like, "Hey, like I see the situation you're in. Like you're spending all your paycheck on the weekly,
Mhm.
and you want to get up, but you can't because you can't get out of there." So Trey was like, he's like, "Hey, I'll pay all the money for your down payment of your apartment, but Julian can't come with you." And I was like, and I think I had just lost my job too. I had just lost my job over at Town Square.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay. And so I came to you and I talked to you. And I was like, hey, bro, I'm sorry, but you can't come with me. And you're like, okay. And I was crying so hard, bro. I was crying because I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't bring you with me, but I always got you. And I just can't bring you with me this time. And you're like, all right. You're like, dude, I'm gonna figure it out. Like, you're fine, bro. I'll be good. And you're like, you've done enough for me. And I was like, dude, I felt so low in that moment. I just felt like I was abandoning you. And I know that you would never abandon me. Yeah, it still breaks my heart.
You didn't abandon me by any means, my brother.
I just know that you would never leave me like that.
No, not as long as I had an option. But I mean, just like you said, when we moved out of the trailers, we kind of the same thing. We're just like, dude, I gotta go, and I don't know where. I can't take you with me. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna have to figure it out. But I got you as far as I can, and if you need me, I'm still here. And that's the same. It was the same thing. It's okay.
So now we get to the origin story.
Oh,
This is what I consider my origin story.
oh, okay.
So Job Corps, everything leading up to this moment. We got our apartment. Garen and Taylor stayed at me with their baby, and
Hmm.
then you eventually actually I ended up moving in anyways.
Hmm.
You started staying there, but you were kind of doing it. I don't really know what you were doing back in those days.
Yeah, I was just kind of in and out. I
You
was
were
all
kind
over
of
the
in and
place.
out. You were kind of all over the place. I
I
don't.
was working at Eastside Cannery. I was working, or not Eastside Cannery. I was working at what was it? The Culinary Dropout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was kind of bouncing around and between Henderson and your place and
Yeah.
cereals or wherever else.
Yeah. I remember you'd pop in for a couple of days and then you'd be out for a couple of days and
Hmm.
we just kind of see you when we saw you. I don't think you had a phone. You might have, but I don't know.
I don't remember.
Back in those times, it's so crazy to me. 'Cause back in those times, we all had phones in and out, but like none of us had like a number longer than like 6 months. So I never even saved you guys' numbers.
Yeah.
because like they have a different phone in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna reach these dudes.
Yeah, I've thought about that recently too, is because it's like I've now had the same phone number for at least the last 3 years.
I've had my phone number for 10 years, dude.
It's wow,
I know. I've had the same number for 10 years.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Anyways, so we do all that. And then lo and behold, oh, so then I met Ash,
Mhm.
and then so Ash moved in with me. Um,
Didn't Ash end up becoming a dude?
yeah, she's a dude now.
Okay, so I thought.
Yeah, she ended up living with me. So it was me, Garen, her, you sometimes, and then Garen's wife, Garen's girlfriend at the time, and their baby, and then we had Bruce Wayne, our dog,
The dog. I remember Bruce Wayne.
and then
What happened to Bruce Wayne?
I'll tell you, and then Ash's
He said, "I'll
dog.
tell you."
Remember Ash's little piece of shit dog?
No, I remember she had a ferret.
She had you remember the little dog she got?
No,
She got a little puppy that lived with us. It was like a little Pomeranian. It was a shitty little dog who shit and pissed everywhere and bit the fuck out of Bruce Wayne every time he got close to him.
that might have been right after I went to Job Corps.
Nah, not yet. Nah, I'll tell you why. But she had this little shitty dog. I forgot his name, dude. Shadow? Something. I think it was Shadow or something like that. Damn, I forgot his name. He was a cool little dog though. He didn't like anybody except for Ash. And then eventually he got cool with me. But other than that, he bit everyone in my life. So eventually I lost my job. This is my origin story. I lost my job. Okay.
Okay.
And then I scrambled for a while and I started to kind of look into the army and everything and sign up for stuff. So Ash broke up with me.
Hmm.
This is the last 7 days of us being in the apartment.
Hmm.
Now, this apartment we had worked really, really hard for. And the last 6 months, I had paid for everything.
Hmm.
So, uh, again, bro, me and Garen are so fucking close. I can't understate that enough. How close we are. How close we've always been. I remember the first time I got drunk was with Garen, and we stole a bottle of alcohol out of Granddad's house, and we walked down to the park by his house, and we got drunk on the swing set, and we just talked about life. And because through everything, Garen has always been there. Like Garen's always been right next to me through any part of my life, any time where I didn't know what was happening. There's always me and Garen. We're walking down the street. Me and Garen were in this situation. Me and
Yeah.
Garen are looking at this shit like, just kind of look at each other like, what do we do next? We just figure it out. Anyways, so Garen had to go and figure out what was going to happen with him and his girlfriend and their baby. So they
Hmm.
left. Ash broke up with me. This is the last 7 days of the apartment. This is all happening. So Ash left, and then Garen and Taylor left, and I think it's like 4 days left now in the apartment. And I didn't have a phone, and uh, so now it's just they took Bruce Wayne with them and gave him away to somebody. So now it's just me and this little dog that I fucking hated. It's Ash's dog, and when she left, she couldn't take it, so she left with me. And I was like, all right. So I remember the second to last night I was there. I was moving all the furniture by myself, and then you popped up. And you're like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" We started hanging out, talking. We like did some martial arts, started fighting and shit. Bullshitted. You brought some weed, so we smoked. I was telling you like, yeah, man, like everyone left me, dude. And now it's just me in this empty apartment by myself, and I helped everybody, and everyone's left me, and I'm just here now. And you're like, yeah, man, that shit sucks. I was like, yeah, dude. And I remember because that's probably how you felt when you had to be left with the
The
trailer,
trailer.
dude. I remember feeling like that, like, yeah, everyone left, and you were like, yeah, this sucks, man. And he told me, don't let it get you down, bud. And I was like, okay. So then you helped me move the rest of the shit out, luckily, because I couldn't move the couch and everything. So you helped me move the rest of the shit out. And we moved the trash can. And then you dipped out. And I stayed. And this whole process was just like breaking me because I had worked so hard for everything. And
Yeah.
it was my first time when I had owned anything and I wasn't homeless. And I lost all of it in 7 days. And I just kept playing in my head. I lost every people around me, my girlfriend, and my fucking apartment. And all I've got left to show for it is this little piece of shit little dog. And then so I'm just laying in this empty apartment. There's nothing in it for like 3 days, and I'm like walking around like scrounging cigarette butts off the ground outside at like 2 a.m. because I don't have a phone or anything. So I'm just staring at the walls, going insane, like really just going crazy. And the last day, when they came and kicked us out, I took the little dog. I took him to the pound, and I took him to the pound, and I gave him to them, and I took his little paw and I shook his little paw, and that's when I cried. That was the first time I cried in the whole time because he was the last nigga that stayed with me. He was the last nigga. He was the last one who sat by my side through everything. He didn't have a choice, but he was the last one there when everything was said and done. And then I gave him up, and then I had nothing. And then I kind of wandered for a couple of days. I wandered for a bit. I slept outside for a few days. I slept on a park bench for a while, actually. Um, yeah, and I signed up for the army. My mom got me like this job at some telecommunications place. But I remember it was on the park bench that I decided that I was going to change my life because I had remembered everything that happened to you and just my entire life. And I just kind of decided, after all of that, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still alive. And so I told myself, like, if that didn't kill me, like, I don't think anything can at this point. Like, I don't think any amount of failure can kill me at this point. And so, like, I just lost everything I'd been working for in 7 days. And yeah, I think now I just kind of do whatever I want.
You know what strikes me as very interesting about that actually is because as I'm sure you already know too, as I have my own 7 day kind of period, you know what I mean, is where everything just kind of was a, so I think it's interesting just to see or the or to think that you can always like you think everyone in everyone can tie all of their tragedy or all of their life story back to like 7 days of like this within this week was when I almost broke me.
Maybe. I don't think everyone's had that though.
No.
Nah, man. I don't think everyone's had that like, their bottom yet, you know?
Yeah.
Not everyone has had their breaking experience. And I think that when you do, that's what makes you stronger, dude. If you can walk through it. If you can walk through that, then that's what's gonna like harden you, you know? And I don't mean hard in the sense of like being cold. I mean, I'm still a very loving and giving person. But like what it did for me personally was my wife and I talked about it the other day because like right now I got out of the army to pursue our nonprofit full time.
Mhm.
And so I gave up like my health benefits and my checks and all of my for sures. Like I gave them all up while she was pregnant with my third kid, right? Um and yeah, and we was kind of describing it to her. It was like because everything right now for us is like jumping off, man. Like we've got sick opportunities ahead of us that we won't reveal yet. We've got some super sick opportunities ahead of us, especially this year. I mean, we have some amazing, amazing opportunities. We're very blessed, and it's looking like we're about to take off. And I was telling her that it feels like standing at the edge of a building and feeling the wind. And I built these wings, and I'm just kind of feeling it before I jump. I just want to kind of feel it for a minute. And she was asking if it's scary. I was like, yeah, it's scary for
I was
sure.
scared.
It's scary. And she's like, well, you don't have to jump. I'm gonna. And she's like, but why? Like, why? Like, why are you like, why do you have to?
Why else did I build these wings?
Because I built them.
I
I
built
need
the
to see if I need
wings.
to see if they work.
I built the wings.
She's like,
Like I didn't build them
so
just to build. I didn't
she's,
build them just to look
she
at them.
said, what if you fall? I already did that. Say, but now you have a lot to lose. I know, and I'm really sorry. And trust me, that's why it's so scary. Because
Hmm.
I'm standing here, not I'm weighing it. And the day though, I know me, and you know me. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump, and I have to.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, I've already been down to nothing, and so like it didn't kill me. And if I do, then I'm gonna climb again. And then I'm gonna build more wings, and I'm gonna try to jump again. I'm just gonna, because either one day I'm gonna die or I'm gonna take off,
Yeah.
and that's really it. That's really it for me.